Right then, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you can all hear me. Let me know if you can't. Welcome to the Monday Military Madness, Race 5, Breakfast, Crits and Grits. I am Kevin Ozzy Osborne, once again bringing you commentary of another fun race for the UK Armed Forces on Zwift. Drop in a comment. I've had a last-minute microphone drama, so I've had to do some stuff to try and get myself speaking. So if you can hear me, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to be spending a long time talking to myself, which, I mean, isn't unusual, but just let me know. Equally, I'm sure you can hear in the background, I am home alone with the kids. It's not just their bedtime just yet, so they are going to be probably screaming and making noises. So hopefully, though, it won't be too distracting, but we'll see. But anyway, yeah. So where are we? We were talking breakfast, crits and grits. Let's go, Pip. So yeah, this is the course we've got today. A nice fun, lumpy course. So yeah, people are probably gonna hate me. Hi, Ozzy. Hello, mate. You all right? Right, Paul. How you doing? You can hear me, I'm presuming. So that's a good thing. Right, yeah. Starts off, goes straight up the Sker on the south side, and then yeah, back round. Nice few little climbs into Glasgow, and then back to the finish. So yeah, and we're about to get underway right about now. So hopefully we're off. Off we go. Hard start at the front. Who we got that's going crazy already? Embrook, Jimby. There we go. There we go. Right, we're in. So yeah, strong start already to start with. Riders are already starting to pile out. How many riders we got in today? 45 riders. That's actually quite a good number. Not like people getting back to indoor training, it would seem, before the let's call it the season begins. I don't know. But yeah, straight away up to the the Sker south side. It's the shorter of the two climbs. The north side is definitely longer. So yeah, this one is short. I say short and fast. Compared to the north side, it's short and fast. So yeah, we're starting off straight away. Let me just do some stuff. Watching. I said all last minute drama, so if things are not looking right, I am going to be just changing them as we get around. Cool. There we go. Right, we're back good. So already, yeah, starting to string out the front already. Rich Frack there and Orna at the front. Around about 7th place in. James Briggs, in with Rich Smith. Now let's go. 2nd spot. So already stringing out. We've got a few groups already, riders there, around about 10 riders in the leading pack, just holding on, and then a little bit further back as well, we've got a few more riders there that are stringing out. Maybe not the best start, as in with this climb, but hopefully it should ease off with some little groups, little echelons moving along the way. So fingers crossed for these riders. Yeah, please jump in the comments. Like I said, I really would like to know if you can hear me. Just so that I know I'm not waffling and the audio's okay. Please. So yeah, there we go, straight over already. Like I said, the start of the first climb is quite early on, and there we go. So we've got a first group there: Dan Collins, Will Blunt, James Breeks, Jay Webb. Is that Old Man Evo, or is that, oh no, Ewan, sorry. Yeah. Rob McEwen. Just to name a few. Just getting over the climb there. If we look, some people are floating on my other screen. We move over to screen 2. We'll just get a few riders here. There we go. So we've got around 20 spot there. And as you can see on the map already, there is riders spread out all over the place. Nice big echelon actually right at the back. Let's just come over the climb there. We got there Angela Laycock, I can see. Tessamir, yeah, A few others, Sean, Morrissey, P. Spence, Sarah Paul, there you go. So already a lot of little packs. Russ Miller there, 20th place. Who's he got? Endai. Russ has actually been racing on the Team Not Poggy series. They've had 2 races on Saturday and Sunday, teams individual time trial, and then a few other things. So yeah, he's been on the bike quite a lot already. So his legs are probably tired going into this, but he's still there, pushing out some good numbers. And for some reason, named Diet, no, Rich Barrett is floating on the bike. So yeah, just give me a second, please. So about that, back in. Right, comms good. Right, where are we going? Back to the front again. Sorry, this is a bit. No racing. Oh no, Ray, you're not racing tonight, mate. I did see you in Discord actually. It was yeah, last couple of days has been tiring on the legs. My legs are feeling. I'm probably quite grateful actually that I'm commentating this race rather than riding it, because yeah, it was yeah. Last couple of days has been tiring for sure, and I know you also did the Alp and all that as well. So you've really pushed out some miles on the bike and over the last week. Maybe I should get you on as co-commentating for them days to help me out, so I'm not just trying to do the screens and everything else. Right, yeah. So what we got here anyway? We've got 9, 10 riders. Nice little lead group, just going up to the Clyde kicker. I did see Mike Goff in the group, so Mike Goff is the one to look out for. That is for sure. He has won, I think, every one we've had so far. Actually, Ray, yeah, let me know if you can hear me, because yeah, I've had some microphone dramas, i.e., my snowball broke just before starting this, so I am using my AirPods to try and do the commentating. So yeah, hopefully the sound is coming through okay. Just let me know though. And all up there was just dropping back 2 seconds, right? And just needs to push on them pedals, get himself back down, and hopefully up and over, so he doesn't lose contact with this group. But that Clyde kicker may have just been a climb too much. Phil Cox, you know how the legs after last night, going not to be racing 5 races in 7 days plus the out climb. Love to help out with commentary. Cool, yeah. We'll have to try and get something done maybe for the next one. I think I'm still around just about for the last race of the Monday Military Madness. So yeah, we'll try and get something working. Sounds not as good as what it normally is, but it's workable. Okay, brilliant. Good to know, mate. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Embarrassingly, my snowball has broken. And yeah, the connection's knackered. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try and invest in a new one. But these are AirPod Pros, so maybe they are good. But yeah, evening Phil, yeah, legs. Bloody hell, yesterday's race was mental. All up for different. Oh, bloody hell! On off. I'm all up for different formats. The one pack does it all. Yeah, mass start. Honestly, that was horrible. That mass start. It was just hold on until the band went, and then yeah, stupidly I tried to suggest to try to suggest a way of bringing back the group in front, and I didn't even have the legs to achieve that. So yeah, anyway, right, what we're looking at, we are around about the Rich Barrett group, Jim B, Rich Frack, Nathan Dyer, E. Davis, and a few others. And they're on his own at the moment in no man's land. It leads back to the front group though. We've got who we got? No, we haven't. Go ahead. That's Anne. So 18 seconds roughly. We've got James Braek, Rich Smith, Mike Goff, Dan Collins, Will Blunt, Mike Latchin, bossing it there at the front as well. And else watching comes on TMP if you want to do some racing outside of most races. Yeah, Ray's not wrong that there are a lot of army riders. We do jump on the TMP ones as well. It's they're good fun, good bunch of guys. Right, let me do. I'm just trying to have a look. Right, here we go. Let's go to a little bit further down the pack while we are talking there. So we got Tessamur with Sean Morrissey, Phil Caladine, I believe. Old Man Evo, bossing it there. A few others. Oh, Kay Hagelberg. And then we've got P. Spence, Matty Davis, and this is tripping me out. This people like floating on non-bikes. I don't know what's going on there. I think that's Matt Knowles. No, Brunton. Bill Brunton, Paul Brunton. Yep, so there we go. Just a group of 3. 10 seconds though. The group behind, 10 seconds. So if they work together, they might be able to claw that back in. 10, 15 seconds. And then Angel Lake up there, Gray, Diabolala. 2 riders I've snuck on here. Private link, I think, maybe, I don't know. Oh, anyway, I'm out. That was for the racing. Is that Paul Wright? Yep, and we'll keep reading back. So a lot of riders as well, I think, because we've got the Zwift Racing League coming up. So I know a few riders are getting back on, getting themselves back in the Zwift zone, getting themselves ready for some Zwift Racing League. We've got, so far we've got 1 B Cat, 2 C Cats, and possibly 2 D Cat teams going. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes though with the DCATs. Hopefully we get 2 DCAT teams anyway, but we'll see what comes of that. So let's go back to the lead of the group. Got about 8 riders here, and he's been able to holding on 2, 3, 5 seconds. He was around. I just saw him at 2 seconds there. It's starting to drift off a bit now. I think maybe Zwift is just catching up with the time today. I don't know if it's just my internet or what, but it does seem a little bit delayed, doesn't it? But someone's there pushing. Robin McGeown has gone solo. 11 seconds. 12 seconds from that group. See if anyone else decides to catch on to it. Try and find the chasing pack, see what they do. Nice little healthy pack. A few other riders now. Who's that? Mike Goff leading the charge. Yeah, if anyone's watching, wants to be involved in the Zwift Racing League, starts in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks tomorrow. Drop a message, reach out. And we'll see if we can throw you on a team. Yeah, so we've got the chasing pack to the lead rider. You're just going to have to excuse the fact that some people are riding invisible bikes. I don't know why that's happened today, but it has. But yeah, this lead group, Mike Latchin seems to be just latching off. So we've got Rich Smith and James Breaks just sitting out back there. 1 second though, they probably are going to catch on. We've got some more flame socks going, so they're probably just trying to get onto it. Coming up to the castle climb, always a bit of a horrible climb to come across. It's got a, yeah, I still feel like they should have like a sprint or comm segment on it because of the amount of effort people do put on this climb. But yeah, it looks like though 8 seconds to that group, 6 seconds now to Robert Gewan at the front. See if he can hold on, but the speed the group will be having going down this hill probably will catch back on. Just see what Rob decides to do going up the climb. If he tries to put some high numbers in, but the speed of that chasing pack may mean that they are going to claw back on. Looks like that is, oh no, Mike Goff trying to put some orange numbers in, 8.2, 8.5 watts per kilo, 8.4 from J Webb, D Collins as well doing the same, trying to close that in. I'm going to try and do the, those in chat, I'm going to try and do the ERacing tomorrow actually, got to get that one in. Weekly Z-race. Right, 2 seconds. It looks like Rob's charge has now been neutralised. But he got 11 seconds from that group. So it's going to be a couple of times around the Brae, the breakaway Brae. So a few little punches going on before then going back over the going back up the what there? North side. So yeah. So look, looks like the group is back together. We do have Mike Latchin a little bit further behind. 6.5 seconds James Breeks. So James Breeks has started to pull away. It looks like he's trying to claw back on. We just move screens to do trying to claw back onto that group. 6 seconds. Oh, 2 bridges. Yeah, that is pretty. That's pretty rough. Yeah, that is pretty rough. The 2 bridges loop. Not a fan. No, I don't mind the little punches. So up over the Brae. Again, small gap. Yeah, no, it's not too. You're thinking of the big bridges, maybe. I don't know, but yeah. So again, Will Blunt, he messaged me only the other day asking to jump on back on ZRL. He's leading that charge. Mike Goff, 3 seconds out, 2 seconds. I don't know if Mike is just saving his saving the matches for the big climb. Mike is definitely the target, but it's definitely the threat. So if they're just trying to, if the J Webb, Rob McGowan, and Will Blunt are trying just to maybe tire Mike out, that's not a bad shout. Have a look at the rest of the groups while we're just waiting out or seeing what's going to happen here. So we've got the group, this chasing group onto Ant, who's 15 seconds ahead. We've got one rider there, we're just pushing up the front there. I didn't see who that was. Jim B. Pushing up and over, going the Brae, using his feather just to help him out. For those that are, yeah, there's pink bruises. Those that are new to Zwift and are watching for the first time, first of all, hello, welcome. Secondly, yeah, the power-ups, I always describe them as a bit like Mario Kart, but just minus the banana. So you've got a few little power-ups that riders can use just to have some in-game benefits. Feather being one of them, makes you lighter. Anvil being the opposite, makes you heavier. Obviously, Feather's being ideal for going up climbs. Anvil, good for going downhill. You've also got the Aero, makes you faster. Good for sprints. The draft, it improves the draft mechanics so that basically you can further back from the group from another rider, because there are draft mechanics in this game. It's not just about riding as hard as you can. You can ride these things tactically. So there are the mechanics involved where you can draft off other people's wheels. The rider at the front normally is working the hardest, and then everyone else kind of in that draft effect is getting some benefits of some sort. So that's what you'll be seeing with the van. We said the Era. There's the other one as well, which is the steamroller, and then the Ghost. The Ghost is self-explanatory, makes you invisible for a short period of time. Always fun for ladder type racing, and that kind of trying to get away from the pack without them knowing you're going to do it, or in some cases just making people think you're going to do it. And that's normally why I deploy the Ghost, going, yeah, I'm pretending to disappear just so that other people can work. So yeah, it looks like though we've got, because it's a cut loops around this brain now, that's where you're going to start finding riders just clutching on to other riders. So we go switch ourselves back over to the other group. So these riders here just claw themselves to some other riders, though it does look like Mike Goff has decided to pull away typically. And the other riders now, it's going to be on them to see if they can chase it down. I probably would chase it down. I wouldn't wait for Mike to get any good distance, because as soon as Mike gets anything worthwhile, it's very hard for anyone to pull him back. So yeah, right. Now we're seeing what's going on there. Let's push ourselves back over down to a few of the other chasing groups here. So 12th place, 10th and 12th roughly. We've got Russ Miller, Rich Barrett, Jay Winter, Paul Wright, Matty Norton, Nathan Dyer, just name a few riders there, and there's a little group here. They're making their way up the braids for the second time, it would appear. Yeah, and if we go further back, hang on, we're just seeing someone over on the other screen there. Sorry, quickly switching over. Rob McGeown there has just gone up and over Mike Goff. Now he's decided to do another attack. I think Rob's game plan is to try and get away as early as possible from Mike. I think Rob and Mike have been racing a lot together on the Monday Miniature Madness. I'm probably sure Rob would like to get a win over Mike. We've got Dan Collins, though. I would say Dan Collins needs to sit with Mike and not do any work. Old Man Evo wants Phil to come back. I want Phil to come back too. Where is he? James G. The only hard thing now with everyone kind of on these loops now, it's just to find the right riders and that. But yeah, Old Man Evo wanting. I can't find him at the moment, unfortunately. Let's see if I can find him on this version. Yeah. That one, and this one. So, riders in chat anyway, who's your money on for today's race? Come on, let me know what you think's happening, what you think the tactics are. Give me some kind of some of your thoughts. It would be nice to know what you think's going to happen today. Give me some thoughts. Chat, let me know. So, what are we looking at on the screen here? Still looking at the front of the group. Riders still trying to pull away from each other. The Mike Goss there. Where's Rob? Can't see Rob. Can't see Rob. Jack Webb. Nathan, your money's on Jack. Jack is a bit of an unknown to me. I've not seen Jack, I think, in the races before. Can't find him at the moment. Jack is a bit of an unknown to me. There he is, Jay Webb. Where is he currently? So he's part of this kind of chasing group. Where's Rob McEwen gone? Has Rob disappeared? You said it was, don't let Mike get away. No, 100%. Do not let Mike get away. But I do feel like I have lost Rob McEwen. Oh no, don't tell me Rob. I'm unsure at the moment. So it says Mike second, but then that's because Dan Collins is there as well. So I can't see Rob anywhere. Oh, yeah. Mike off as well from Ray. Yeah, it looks like Rob's disconnected. Well, that is unfortunate. It was just see if I can bring up my results. Yeah, live has not got Rob on here at the moment. Gee. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like we've only got Dan. Say only, that's about thing, but we've got Dan and Mike, Will, and then Jack Webb, Rich Smith. Further off, then James Breaks, Michael Latchin. I know Rob McEwen's there, 8. Maybe gone further down. I just lost him again. Has Rob had a disconnect? I can't see him. Looks like Rob's had a disconnect, unfortunately. But what else is anyone else saying in chat then? So we've got Jack Webb, the unknown, in the nicest sense. And then we've got 2 to say for Mike. Anyone else? What about Dan Collins? He's put some money up, 10th. Phil Cox, 10th. Is that where we're saying Rob is currently? On your screen. There's too many screens I'm looking at. On your screen, 10th. Can't see him. I can't see him. It's fine. So it's fine. It looked like on there it was on screen on the Swift Power, but then he disappeared. It looked like off Swift Power as well. Unfortunate. So Dan Collins and Mike off there at the front. Let's go and try and find ourselves some riders, some other riders. So we had Jack Webb. We were talking about Jack Webb, wasn't we? Oh yeah, it was, wasn't he? Go back on there quickly. Yeah, he's not there either. He disappeared shortly afterwards. I think he may have had a disconnect. Oh no, Rob McEwen's now 25th. Yeah, something's gone wrong there for Rob to be dropping that far back. Must be disconnect. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Rob was animating the race for sure, which was great to see. Looking at then, this is that chasing group: Jack Webb, Rich Smith, Will Blunt, James. Rob's back on the screen. Rob is back on the screen. Christ, I am. It's like, where's Wally, Swiss style? And I don't mean that any shade towards Rob. But he must have had a disconnect. Or ghosted. And not the power-up type. Hey, he's kept through it. Get going. Right. Let's have a look at some other riders, shall we? We'll go with that. We'll put back onto the lead group, of the lead riders. See who else we've got. Let's try and find ourselves some riders. Cool. Okay. Let's go for. Let me look for some riders. There we go. We've got a group there, the 22nd spot there of Sean there, Old Man Evo, that James, that one. Just give me a second again. James Braek. Nice bunch of riders there. We've got a little head, another group of riders. All a little messy at the moment. Riders spread everywhere. All right, just soloing it at the moment. Jay Maguire. See if we can find the Testament. There we go. Mike Tree Block. 9 Phil C. What's that? Our 27th group. Nice, nice. A little bit further ahead. We've got Matty Davis, Paul Spence, Pete Brunton, and Norton there. Rich Barrett, Russ Miller group. They're still working together quite well. So interesting developments on the other group. So we've got Dan Collins and Mike Goff still there, but the Scarlet Pimpernel is back. Rob McGowan catching on to the two of the riders there. And it looks like he's catching them. So, yeah, he's made 5 seconds. Hopefully he hasn't burnt too many matches in trying to do it. But he's back. He is back. Back off the skirt. There you go. This is probably going to be where, if Mike's going to do anything, he's going to do it now. We'll see what happens here. Off he goes. Rob for the win now. He wants it. That's a new TMP rider. Yeah, I noticed actually. I did notice Rob's been recruited to TMP as well. You are just grabbing everyone, aren't you? Mind you, I see the chat sometimes, and now you eye up riders from across different teams. So yeah. Yeah, there you go. Mike got 7.1 watts per kilos, 65 beats per minute. Dan Collins dropping out the back from Mike, and then we've got Rob just 7 seconds off from him as well. But yeah, look at 4.5. He's still steady away. You are, aren't you, mate? Yeah, you are for sure, right? Yeah, you've done all right for the team, especially poaching all the army riders, eh? New motto, right? Nicked it. Is it now still? Is it? It's iron sharpens. No, steel sharpens steel. Or iron sharpens steel. I can't even remember what it is now. That's Ray's motto, isn't it? So yeah, going back onto then anyway, the Jack Webb, R. Smith, and Will Blunt group. Look at that though. What's he done? 8 seconds on Dan Collins. 8 seconds on that climb. So it is 8 seconds. Rob McGowan, unfortunately, is down to 23 after almost clawing under Mike and Dan. Yeah. Yeah, maybe show TMP these rides from Mike and Dan. Iron sharpens iron. That's the one. I knew it was some kind of metal. Jack Webb, we'll just see some orange numbers from Jack. He has just exploded. Congrats, all good sesh. So that's the finish, isn't it? Is that the finish? You think I would know this? Yeah, that's the finish. The problem when you're fan viewing, you don't know sometimes where it ends. You will beat me. Yeah, I see Mike had a target on his back, for sure. He definitely had a target on his back. Let's try and find some other riders, shall we? James Breeks crossing the line now, and Orner just on the back of Jim B as well. Yeah, good ride from everyone. Apologies there, a little bit toppy. Yeah, internet kept dropping. Yeah, we did notice that. That's a shame. I was really rude. I thought Rob could have done it there. less of an exciting finish than I was expecting. Again, not so distracted by other things that I forgot to keep an eye on the distance. But there we go. Yeah, I do feel for Rob. I feel like Rob was trying to do something and try and change the story of a Mike Goff victory. Congratulations to Mike, for sure. I'm not taking it away from Mike. He's absolutely bossing it. But we do, we always like to see someone challenge the throne, and it looked like Rob today was going to be trying to at least do that. It's just unfortunate that he had the disconnect and that. But let's have a watch of these riders coming in anyway. We've got Matt Norton, Rich Barrett, Russ Miller, Nathan Dyer. Russ Miller smashing it after the last couple of days of riding. So let's see if anyone's going to give it any for the sprint, or for say the sprint, it's a blooming climb. But see if anyone's going to try a last minute ditch attempt to get out of the draft of these other riders and go for their little win out of their group. 4 riders there. Barrett, Russ Miller, Matty Norton, Nathan Dyer. What have we got, guys? Dropping feathers. Russ Miller dropping the feather, getting onto Rich Barrett's wheel, got passed up and over. He's out the saddle. What we got? 511, 6.7 watts per kilo. But Rich is keeping on. 5.9, 6.3. It's going to be between Russ and Rich. Who is going to get it? It looks like Russ has caught that one. Well done to Russ out of that group. Rich Frack, Matty Davis coming in next. Looks like Matt's got the Zwift Blaze. He's definitely trying to pick the shortest route possible. Oh, is that your recruiting more for the? Is that La Roche's, isn't it? I mean, I raced it. I should know, but yeah. For those that are interested, race 3 Saturday, 18:50 hours. Get on it. Oh, Matty D, Rich Frack. Rich has gone over Matt. And Rich crossing the line there over Matty Davis. Go, Paul Spence pulled away now, 2 seconds off of, is it Paul Brunton? Yeah, so looks like Paul Spence, there you go. Paul was pulling away, Pete's come back. It's stage 3's in Richmond, isn't it? I hate Richmond. And there you go. Paul Spence coming in, Pete Bratton second. What else we got coming on down? Let's see what else we got. That's Murph, Phil C. Sean there, dropping the feather, trying to get old man Evo. Up and over. Has Evo got anything to respond with? 5.4 watts per kilo. He's coming back. He's like, no, Sean. No. Nishta, not today. But he's now dropped down. But Sean looks like as well may have conceded to old man Evo. And old man Evo crosses the line in front of Sean. Well done, riders. Well done. No worries, Paul. How was that? We got Marty G. Let's go for Martin Gerard. My guys are just coming in with Chris Reed there. James G. just up ahead. Jay Winter. Good ride from everyone. It was a tough course for sure. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was a tough course. So really well done to all the riders that raced today. It's like with every week, really. Well done, or every month where riders have been taking place. So well done to all the riders that have got involved into today's race. Currently provisional results: Mike Goff, Dan Collins, and Rob McGowan, the Ghost. Jack Webb. We had someone in comment that was rooting for Jack. There's Jack coming in at 4th. Then we've got Will Blunt back on Zwift. Told me just the other day. Rich Smith. Well done, Jack Webb. Scar68. Craig. We've got a few Jack Webb fans in chat. I'm not familiar with Jack, but yeah, he definitely bossed it. I'm pretty sure it's the first time I've seen him racing in the Monday Military Madness. Hopefully, he'll join us for the Army Cycling E-Race Series. And if so, yeah, it looks like he's definitely one that can entertain the races and mix things up. So yeah, what do we say? Rich Smith 6th, James Breaks for Royal Navy in 7th, Mike Latchin in 8th, Jim B in 9th, and Al Knight in 10th. Give me a second, chat. Give me a second. We've got Ross Miller, Rich Barrett, and a few others in well, which is really good racing though. And there's 23 riders out of 40 showing. So yeah, really good riding from everyone. As we're watching just James there coming up there. Right, what we're going to do actually, let's go for science. See if this will work. Ooh, right, wonderful. While we're doing that, we'll just quickly talk about the Army Cycling E-Race Series. We'll just have a quick waffle again. I did the last time round, but for anyone that didn't see it the last time, Army Cycling E-Race Series will be starting in October. We're going to start. 20th of October is the start date, but we're going to start with what's called we're calling a pre-deployment race, which is on the 14th of October. I'll fill up in a second, mate. Sure. Yep. So yeah, pre-deployment race. That's going to be similar to this kind of race, as in everyone together, but it's a short 2 laps. It's just to try and establish a Zwift racing score for everyone. So yeah, basically 2 laps of the bell lap. Give it all, and then that should hopefully give you a nice reflective Zwift racing score for those that haven't raced before, and for those that have raced or have been out of the saddle indoors anyway for a while. That's kind of like how that's going to work. Then we've got the 20th of October is when the series actually starts. So the pre-deployment race has no impact in regards of the standings. It's just a chance for people to get together and try and get established. The score has no impact, and you don't have to race that one just to be involved in the series, just to help you kind of get a feeling. Race 1, Downtown Dolphin. That's going to be 15 laps for the A's and B's, 12 laps for the C's and D's. And then 27th of October is going to be the Out of Scotland, 3 laps for the A's and B's, 2 laps for the C's and D's. Danger Noodle, that's going to be our first kind of climbing proper course. A and B's will do 1 lap, and C's and D's will be doing less than a lap for 25.6 kilometres. Then we go into race 4, which will be the 10th of November. That's another flat course, the Yokio Crit course. And then race 5, the Cobbled Climbs Reverse in Richmond. 3 laps for the A's and B's, 2 laps for the C's and D's. Moving on to race 6, we're going to have the final of our autumn series, the 2018 World's Course in Innsbruck. The A's and B's will be doing the full course, and the C's and D's will be doing 10.9 kilometres, which is all the way up to the summit of the course. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Hopefully most have seen the link to this series website. If not, jump on the channel. It should have it on there anyway. Jump in, have a look. Just give you an idea. Okay, race category-wise there. Sorry, not that one. Categories and scoring, just give you an idea. A's and B's will be working off a Zwift racing score of 10,520. Yes, it's a big bracket, but it's trying to, if we try to change it anymore, I think we will find that the A cat will be a much smaller size. So we've kind of spread it out because the A's and B's from last series were kind of small in numbers, so we kind of just merged them together, and that's how we're going to do it. B's are the same. B's are 520, 390, was the old C cat group from last series. C cat's 390 to 180, and then D cat's 180 to 0. It's mixed pens, so the women that will be racing will join any the category that their Zwift racing score sits in. However, when it comes to actually scoring for the series, the women's have their own competition, and basically the A's. So basically, for the women, it will get ranked based off the category they're in, and then their time, and that's how there's going to be raced. There is going to be, points competition. We mentioned there, we've got the scoring range for the different categories. General classification based off of time. Quickest time overall from all 6 stages. If you don't make all 6, that's fine. A few ways we can work this out. We'll just give you the slowest time if you miss a race. If you do get an upgrade during the series, though, you will get an average of the new group that you're in. Sprint competition. So there are primes throughout the races. Depending on the profile of the course for the sprint competition, depends on the scoring of that: flat, rolling, hilly, and mountainous. The QOM competition, you will, depending on the classification of that climb, again, it will be scored and weighted as well. So that's how that's going to be working. It's all fastest time segments. So it's everyone's in for the competition, and it's the fastest time. So even if you get dropped off from the group, you can still try and go for the sprint and KQM jerseys. Core competition based off the 7 best scores throughout all the categories. That will then go towards your core standing. And yeah, that is quickly it in a nutshell. All right. Results will also be on here. Okay. There's a few other resources you can go to. It also gives you a bit of a guide if you're new to the ACRS and all that kind of stuff. So please check that channel out just to see what the crack is and get a feel for the competition. So yeah, that is it. I think as a nutshell, I think we've done. Most of the riders have come through. There's a few riders that will be crossing the line very shortly, but that is all, I think, is all of it pretty much covered off. So, hopefully, everyone's enjoyed tonight's race. Apologies for the audio quality today. Like I said, my snowball decided when I moved it to the cable just got broke. I think it just got rusted in probably. Yeah. Hope everyone's had a good night racing. I hope everyone's enjoyed watching. Thank you for the comments or for the chat in the chat room. It's been great to have. At least it's not just me waffling on my own. All good stuff. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for watching. And I will catch you all in about a month's time for the final of the Monday Military Madness. So yeah, take it easy. Bye-bye.